Hey everybody, welcome back to the Court of Random Opinion. My name is Lauren Neidigh. Earlier today, we talked about Blake Lively's latest letter to the judge in her case against Justin Baldoni and the Wayfarer parties. For context, Justin Baldoni had filed a motion to compel Blake Lively's mental health records as part of discovery relating to her claims of intentional infliction of emotional distress and negligent infliction of emotional distress. But Blake Lively did not want to give up those records, so she's decided that she's going to withdraw her emotional distress claims. But she didn't agree to Wayfarer's stipulation that those claims be dismissed with prejudice. She insisted that they be dismissed without prejudice, meaning she could bring them up at a later time. Lively's letter to the judge says largely the same thing that a lot of her recent letters have, which is that the Wayfarer parties are just doing this for the media, for public consumption, that sanctions should be considered, and she once again asked the judge to strike Justin Baldoni's motion. I remember a couple of weeks ago, the Taylor Swift letters, which made huge headlines, so I'm sure you all know what that's about, were stricken from the record after Brian Friedman, Justin Baldoni's lead attorney, had come out with an affidavit giving information about what his source told him in regards to Blake Lively allegedly kind of blackmailing Taylor Swift. The judge did agree to strike that from the record, but let's look at what the judge said about this one. Okay, we're only going to pay attention to the blue text, so I cropped this out here. Here's the judge's ruling. The motion to compel is denied based on plaintiff's, that's Blake Lively's, representation that the relevant claims will be withdrawn. Lively's request that because the parties have agreed to dismiss Ms. Lively's 10th and 11th causes of action, the court exercise its inherent authority and authority under Rule 15 to dismiss them without prejudice is denied, without prejudice to renewal. The parties shall stipulate to whether the dismissal is with or without prejudice, or Lively shall renew her request by formal motion. For avoidance of doubt, if the claims are not dismissed, the court will preclude Lively from offering any evidence of emotional distress. So the judge is basically telling them to figure it out, and she's going to have to bring a formal motion if she wants to ask the judge to dismiss her claims without prejudice. And we're only talking about the emotional distress claims at this point. But notice that the judge did not agree to strike this from the record, and he was largely ignoring the part where they were saying that Wayfarer was abusing the docket and just doing this for media consumption, blah, blah, blah. And if she does now continue with these emotional distress claims, the judge is saying that the court will not allow her to bring forth any evidence that support those claims or evidence that would show emotional distress, because not allowing Justin Baldoni and the Wayfarer parties the access to her mental health records, which support that claim, would be unfair. So even though the motion to compel by Wayfarer was denied, it looks like this is going largely in their favor, because Blake Lively is going to have to withdraw these emotional distress claims, as she should, because personally I don't believe that she was emotionally distressed by any fault of Justin Baldoni or the Wayfarer parties. It would hardly be surprising to learn that she refuses to provide access to her mental health records because she wasn't actually seeing a mental health provider, because they had not actually caused her any distress that led her to do so. Not saying she doesn't have any issues, but that doesn't mean that she got any treatment. And it certainly doesn't mean that Justin Baldoni caused those issues. If anything, it seems like these issues certainly predated the filming of It Ends With Us. All right, thanks everyone. I'm still out here in Australia, so I gotta get going pretty soon. I would really like to continue with this project that we've been working on with the voice clips from various survivors who watch this channel, who are part of this community. I'm gonna link to my email address in the comments below, and if you want to participate in that, you can send me a voice clip, a video where you cover the camera and just talk to it if that's easier, whatever, to my email so that I could use it in one of these videos. And I'll also link to one example of one of these projects that I'll, so you know what I'm talking about. All right, it's time for me to wake up. So I'll see you all later.